Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Happy, what is today? Wednesday? Happy Wednesday to you. My goodness, what a crazy week so far. This whole jagged pill, also known as Bitcoin, has been a very unique situation to say the least. So once again, just want to reiterate and reaffirm, low leverage, preferably low position size at this point, just based on the way things are going. Now that's kind of my default anyways, but if you are somebody that might be 10, 20, 30x or whatever, maybe pump the brakes a little bit. There's crazy market conditions, and I just don't like to see people getting destroyed. I've got a few people coming over asking for help from other communities or just in general, just from my YouTube videos, and I hate to see that happen. I mean, look at this liquidation. This is garbage. Price shoots all the way up to about 45,000, wipes out any potential shorts, instantly comes back down, temperature checks all the way down to like 44,000. We had like a 6% variance from top to bottom in like 5 minutes. And all because Gary Gensler's account got hacked. All right, so come on, that is garbage. Either way, terrible conditions. So just once more, please understand, crypto is crazy, and you got to protect yourself. And in this situation, no trading or low leverage trading is probably the best way to go until the dust settles. Okay, it's still crazy stuff right now. We're supposed to have like trading, spot ETF trading coming up here soon, and since that hasn't happened, everyone's getting restless. There's a large liquidation level at about 42,000. Just keep that in mind. Last 7 days, we've seen a lot of leverage leveled there. Same thing at about 44,250. That is a scary place. If you take a look at that, there's a lot of liquidation there. And 43,300. If I'm not mistaken, those are some fib levels here we're going to talk about here in just a moment. But just generally understand the market is kind of trash right now. I don't know how else to describe it, but this is unnecessary. And so is this too, but this is a kind of a common occurrence when the news occurs, right, so to speak, and then the price pulls back. You're buying the rumor and basically selling the news. This is what selling the news should look like. Okay. Anyways, that's kind of what we're at there, generally speaking. And again, the market is kind of weird today, so just be careful trading. We've only really taken one or two trades this week. We've hit profit targets on one. The other one is in the red. Okay, that's just the way it goes. And again, didn't foresee that garbage happening yesterday. Bitcoin is stabilizing nice, but now it's not. Let's talk about that. So if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, I hope you can learn something today. Please, if you have questions, obviously feel free to reach out. Do not hesitate, but generally speaking, if you have questions on our signals, just reference our signals guide, folks. Read through it, top to bottom. You'll know exactly how I structure my trades. Quickly to note too, Premium Plus Group, awesome trades here. Nice little ETH short. I believe that was a short at 29%, and an XRP long in 14% from yesterday. Same thing as well for Solana. We hit 42% in 1 day. That was our good trade. And of course, the other is still figuring itself out. We don't have a terrible average position though. It's actually not too bad. And I'll review that coin here later. So what we're looking at right now on the daily is that we are above the moving averages. Again, the easy way to understand it here is the daily's looking pretty decent, minus some shifts in momentum. So we're starting to see the MACD diverge, but it's not diverged yet. Okay, it's just kind of letting us know price pulling back because it really overextended itself a couple of days ago. Same thing here as well with stochastic starting to swing down, but hasn't swung down yet, and we're above and below 50 and 70 on the RSI money flow index. Those are normal good things. Okay, so there's really not much to note here on the daily that's like, oh my gosh, we got to pump the brakes, the sky's gonna fall. Okay, just kind of standard stuff. The 4 hours where it's going to kind of tell us a little bit more, and oftentimes when we look at the 4 hour time frame, we want to identify key level supports, and some of these ranges here, right here at about 45,000 even, that is a previous resistance turn support level, so we can presume that might actually be a pivot point here soon. It's also a 0.618 fib level too, kind of letting us know that we have some support there. If we look at this level here just below 44,800, that was a previous 1 day candlestick close, so it's one of those time frames. Just to quickly note, I mean, 45 to 44.8, that's like a little bit of a support channel. Okay, so again, previous resistance turn support, essentially the situation here. MACD is diverging pretty strong, so on the 4 hour time frame, it's letting us know that the bears are in control. No surprise there. We're transitioning from bullish to bearish type of momentum here from the smaller to larger time frames. Okay, now again, we haven't looked at the hourly yet, but generally speaking on the 4 hour, we can disseminate that, hey, we are in a situation where the price action is trying to pull back, and obviously it's doing very well with it. Okay, the bears are totally in control. MACD is swinging down. We're right at 50 on the RSI. This is one of those make or break situations where if the price recovers from here and holds this current level, we should be able to see a bounce. If not, the price will likely continue further because we're going to be losing that key support. And again, that key level support is close to that 45,000. So to me, 45K is a pretty strong level we want to pay attention to. If we lose that, we close somewhere below 45K today, it's not looking fantastic. We could very well see bearish continuation. So I'm looking for a bounce off 45 to 45.5. And what I mean by that here is we got what right there at 0.5 Fibonacci retracement. We can see the price action getting rejected right now. 45,600 is somewhat of a resistance level, so we could be range bound between 45 and 45.6. Yeah, and I'd actually welcome that, because then it would give us an opportunity to be able to break the most recent high and continue back upwards, and actually give us a healthy continuation to the upside. But for right now, good news is we had a pretty ugly candle here recently, and I'm not saying that's good news, but it's a very bullish type of candle. So when you have an open and a close at the same level, when it's very, very high, that tells us that there's a lot of interest at that level. So 45,600 is a very strong level based on volume and just general interest, right? I'm willing to bet if we looked at open interest, it would show us that that is the highest amount of interest we've had in the last 24 hours. So all of that kind of put together, what's the 1 hour tell us? Well, we're not out of the woods yet. Of course, as I've said before, we want to be above the cloud to confirm. And ultimately, what that would do for us is, just say, hypothetically, 24 hours from now, we're at about 46,000. We would naturally be within the cloud or just above it, and that would put us in a better potential situation. What that does, that would give us a bullish type of engulfing candle on the daily, which is what we really need. Today, so far, we have a bearish engulfing candle, and we want to recognize that closing above 45,600, I think, is really important. You can see this initial rejection off this fib level here, kind of letting us know that we're not free and clear yet. There's still a handful of reasons not to take a long position with Bitcoin, just because this descending trend line hasn't officially been broken. While we're above it for now, we still got 50 minutes left in this candle, right? Again, we've established lower lows, lower highs, and in order to break this descending trend, we need to go range bound and then ascend with higher highs and higher lows. Those are the kind of things I'm looking for. And again, if you're part of my trading community, be sure to reference our trading library through cryptocash.tech. Of course, you have access there as a member, and just make sure you watch some of those videos that talk about trends and how to identify them. And this is definitely something that's kind of happening right now. So are we in the clear yet? No, definitely not. Are we looking better than we were a couple of hours ago? Yes, we are. Right, so again, not perfect, not ideal, but absolutely right where it's at. Taking a look at T sequential, we can see we came down to an 8, got a little reset there. So generally speaking, we could see another 24 to 40 hours of continuation to the upside. Looking at the moving averages here, we're above and below there. I forgot to look at this on the 4 hour. We are underneath the 20-day SMA, so that could work as a potential resistance. So just know that we're not in the clear just yet, but I think a closure today at 45,500 or higher would put us in a much better situation, and obviously allow for the price action to continue upwards. And above and beyond that, confirmation on spot ETF might also help too. Either up, just let us know, is it even going to happen or not? That would be a big deal, and I think that's going to help us a lot in either direction. So I hope that you can continue to fill your bags. Make sure you add to your position overall, just as your spot bag. I do recommend that, because just say the ETF gets approved and the price continues higher, we may never see 40,000-ish range again. Again, I hope that we do, if it ends up coming up to that, just so we can continue to add to our bags. But me, personally, I'm adding a lot between 44,000 and 46,000, as I did previously between 38 and 40. So again, just some friendly advice. Add to your spot bags if you haven't already. It's a good consideration. I hope that you learned something here today. Last but not least, to our community members, loving and appreciating this exchange, thank you so much for the wonderful feedback. Make sure you check this out if you haven't already. Cryptocash.tech is a site you can actually register there, or just use the link down below, honestly. But Bitunix is phenomenal. No KYC, no VPN, and they have an amazing trading competition starting on the 15th of January. So if you register now, you'll be eligible for that automatically. Be sure to check that out. Really, really cool opportunity. So thanks again, Bitunix, and thank you again to my subscribers, followers, everything, for liking, subscribing, and just being amazing parts of my life. Deeply appreciate you. We'll see you all in the next video. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.